All right, welcome guys. We are going to be doing a Mirko showcase today in Ultra Arena, but before we get to that showcase, I want to talk a little bit about what she can do, and I want to kind of give you guys my evaluation on her, because she is a character I definitely looked at, and I looked at her skills, and I was like, I don't know, she might be okay, she might not, she's gonna be, like, I want to let you guys know if I think she's, like, good, if I think she's bad, or if I think she's just mediocre. So I'm gonna read through her skills and break them down for you guys a little bit, and then kind of explain my thoughts on it, and then we'll see if maybe she impresses me in Ultra Arena or whatnot. But yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at her skills. So for this Mirko, I do have her at level 110. This is where I have her on her advanced leveling. As for the ability boards, I'll show you guys where I'm at on those. This is as far as I have her DX Peace route. I would need another copy of her to get any further. The other two routes, the basic route and the regular Peace route, are completed. So this is going to be a fairly strong character showcase. And like in terms of character art, the character looks absolutely freaking phenomenal, right? But then the skills, okay? We gotta talk about the skills a little bit, okay? So her plus ultra move is called Luna Splash. It deals 650% damage to a single opponent, and it increases character's critical skill impact by 10%, which is stackable, and then increases the freezing and frostbite resistances of all allies for 3 turns. Okay, so my evaluation of her plus ultra move, I do not think personally that these effects really matter, and I don't think they really play into anything that the game has going on right now. Now, with that being said, it may matter in the future if they introduce content that it matters in. Maybe they bring back a VE tower with a new difficulty. Maybe they give us new content. I don't know. Maybe I'm just coping. I really don't know. But okay, so basically a single target attack is not super great in the current PvP meta, because multi-hit super attacks or ultimate attacks plus ultra move attacks, whatever you want to call them, are going to be just always superior. They're always very, very good, right? Now, with that said, there are plenty of characters that are still in use that have single target attacks, so it doesn't mean a character is unusable. Additionally, it increases characters' critical skill impact by 10%, which is stackable. Like, that's cool, but I've said this before, there's only really one other character I think that explicitly says stackable, and that is Green Bakugo, and he's booty cheeks, okay? And same thing kind of for this Mirko here. Not that she's as bad as him, but the stackability just doesn't really matter, because, like, yeah, each time we use the plus ultra, we'll stack 10% critical skill impact, but how many times are you really going to get to stack in a PvP match? Like, you're only going to get, hopefully if things go right, 2 to 3 plus ultras per match, so a total of 30% extra skill impact, and really it's not going to make that big of a difference. Sure, if you get to the 3rd plus ultra, which is like turn 9, if you get to turn 9 in PvP, which is just crazy, it shouldn't take you that long, then you'll have an extra 30% skill impact and you'll be doing a lot of extra damage, right? Then it might matter, but like, it's just not that great. And then last but not least, increasing the freezing and frostbite resistances of all allies. What characters do we really go against right now in the current meta that have the ability to freeze and do frostbite? Like, there's just not very many characters, or not very many people who use those characters. Now, granted, frostbite can be very annoying because it can interrupt skill chains, but there's just not very many characters that have that or use that right now. Like, Red Todoroki is, like, in my mind, one of the prime examples of a character who can do frostbite on like an AoE scale, and he's hardly ever used, right? So if they bring out a new steampunk Todoroki who potentially has frostbite and freezing, then this Mirko could be a counter to it. Kind of weird to release the counter before the character, but we are, you know, we don't know this for sure, but I'm fairly confident when I say this. We will, like, 90% sure, this is where I'm at, we will get a steampunk Todoroki at some point, and there's a high chance that he has frostbite, right? So I feel like she could be a counter to him in the future. So while this doesn't really matter right now, it could matter in the future, so just keep that in mind. We could also be getting a new, like, Season 7 Todoroki too who does frostbite, who knows. And then action skill 1 is called Luna Ring, deals 400% damage to a single opponent, also gives character the ability to evade 1 time. That evasion is okay. We already have Dulce Summertime, so it's like, I don't need that evasion, but that's cool. And then there's nothing else on this skill really to talk about. 400% damage, it's okay damage, but I mean, like, yeah, okay, so it is what it is. Cooldown time of 3. I think this one's the multi-hit attack. One of these is a multi-hit, one of these is a single hit. I'm pretty sure Lunafall is the single hit, and then this one's the multi-hit attack, so it does have that going for it at least, which gives you a little bit more damage, but like, still, I don't feel like it's that great. Her action skill 2 is called Luna Fall, and it deals 400% damage to a single opponent. This one does a lot because the first one doesn't do very much. Increases plus ultra gauge by 35%, which is big. Increases this skill's skill impact by 50% when the opponent has the ability to cover allies or draw aggro. I will say that particular part right there, the 50% skill impact increase, is insane. So basically that allows Mirko to take out characters like Redestro, like Kirishima, like really tanky characters without having Pierce, which I find interesting. And I feel like that could come into play later on when we have like maybe climax battles or other things like that that say Pierce is not allowed or like heals the enemy, because we already have things like that in the game. So this is kind of a way to get around Pierce while having Pierce at the same time. Sort of. It's interesting. Okay, so basically this is like having Pierce without having Pierce. Yeah, but it only works against characters who are drawing aggro. And then both of her skills have 3-turn cooldowns. Like that right there, in my opinion, is phenomenal, because that is going to allow Mirko to fit onto potentially any team she wants when it comes to PvP. Now in PvE, I don't talk a lot about PvE anymore when I do these showcases, because like, when was the last time I got a VE tower? We never know when they're coming. We get them like once every few months if we're lucky, maybe once every 6. I don't even know now. They just drop them randomly, right? But if we ever have VE tower come back, you can bet that this Mirko, even though she's not like offering a ton in the terms of like status elements or anything like that, she has good crits, which comes from her passive down below, and she also has amazing cooldowns on her turns. Like she'll fit into pretty much any VE tower team. So if you want like a character who can score high in VE tower in the future, she is a very good character for that. That's once again assuming they bring back or give us new VE towers. Auto skill 1 is called Elastic Legs, gives character penetrate and critical hit rate down immunity. Okay, that's pretty good. And then increases character's critical hit rate by 50%. That is insane. And then increases critical hit rate of all allies by 20% for 3 turns when used in character successfully executed skill chain. That is very, very good on a PvP team. And then when coupling her with other characters who do similar things, like the new Kirishima, who came out right before her, actually it was Dabi before her, and then Kirishima, or not Kirishima, Kaminari. I get Kirishima and Kaminari's names mixed up all the time. I'm thinking Kaminari, I don't know why. The Kaminari, who came out right before her, or right before Dabi technically, when you add his crit rate plus her crit rate, like it can be very, very interesting, right? Now, Kaminari does give crit rate specifically to UA high characters, but then after being hit by 3 people that have power down, he gives crit rate to everybody. So it's like, yeah. But anyways, we're not talking about Kaminari right now, but coupling them together is very, very strong. And you'll see that in the showcase, okay? But giving character penetrate and critical hit rate down immunity is good, because that means she's just always going to be able to hit crits no matter like what happens. That's insane. This is a crit machine character. That is very, very good. Once again, would be amazing in VE Tower. We'll have to see if it's ever useful in any other form of content in the game. Her auto skill 2 is Spirit of Rivalry. After character initiates critical attacks 2 times, restores character's HP by 10% relative to the damage dealt to the opponent, up to 5 times. So that means the more damage you deal to the opponent, the more healing you are going to receive. So you want this character to be as strong as possible. So ideally, you max dupe this character to level 130 and you get a lot more healing and you do a lot more damage, right? But that's probably not realistic for most people. And I'm going to be honest, I'll say this right now. This is probably a Whales character, because I feel like she is not going to be all that strong at level 100. Even with my testing at level 110, I feel like she's significantly better than when I was trying her out at like level 90 and level 100. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The amount of damage affects the amount of healing you get, and so that makes a big, big difference when you get her awakened and leveled up and all that good stuff, right? But she becomes very, very strong after you get her past level 100, okay? So up to 5 times that can happen. And then increases characters plus ultra effect by 10% up to 5 times. So that means basically after initiating critical attacks 2 times, 5 times, so 10 critical attacks essentially, your plus ultra effect will be raised by 50%, which means when you use a plus ultra, you will only use up 50% of your plus ultra gauge, which is pretty good. And then increases character speed by 10% up to 5 times. So while she might not start out the fastest character, after she has hit 10 crits, she will have an extra 50% speed, which can make her very, very good. Now, the problem with Ultra Arena is you kind of want to have that speed advantage turn 1. So it's like, it's good, but it's rough at the same time. Now, if you couple her with characters where it doesn't matter as much, characters that can interrupt skill chains, the Kaminari from before that I mentioned, then, you know, you will have that later turn advantage and it won't matter as much about having the early turn advantage. And then last but not least, gives character the ability to evade 2 times when HP is below 50%, up to 3 times. And the interesting thing is, like, this sounds weird, like up to 3 times when she's below 50%, but when she drops below, she's below, right? Well, no, not exactly, because you can heal back up above 50% with your ability of doing damage, because each time you do damage, you heal, right? So it's actually very easy to achieve this a couple of times in a row and get that evasion a couple of times in a row, which just does help with her survivability and helps with your overall team survivability. So overall, like, I feel like she's an okay character. I don't feel like she's super broken. I feel like at level 130, she'll become much, much better. I feel like at level 100, she's kind of almost... you know, don't yell at me in the comments for this, but she's kind of almost a skip. She's kind of a skip for like casual players. She's not, there's better characters. I'll just say it, like General Pool Compress, I still think is better, right? But it hurts me to say that because I love this character design and I love Mirko, right? So like, I want to tell you guys she's better than she is, but like just straight up, at level 100, she's okay. At level 130, she becomes decent and she could compete with, I would say, some of the better characters in the game. I don't think she is the best character in the game at level 130, but I do think it makes a big difference getting her even just past level 100 to level 110 where I have her right now. So with all of that said, let's head over to Ultra Arena. I am still on my grind for the getting back to Legend, and I've been doing like a little series on it. If you guys haven't seen that yet, check it out. I did kind of pause putting out videos for that. I will be putting out more videos here soon. The pause kind of coincided with, you know, the Ultra Arena season ending and getting reset, so I do have some more teams prepared that I'm going to be showing off, and I'm just doing a couple of fun teams that I think are fun to try out. But for today, Mirko is going to be on the showcase floor, and we are running her on this team right here with Kaminari. Now, I did try this team with Kaminari can be replaced, right? He can be replaced with Green Celebration Bakugo. If you have the memory that is on Kaminari, you can really replace Kaminari with pretty much any character and it would be fine. You can run Red Celebration Ochako, you can run the steampunk characters, you can run pretty much whatever you wanted as long as you have that memory. That memory makes all the difference in the world. Now, personally, I really like this combination of Kaminari and Mirko because they both do the crit thing, right? So let me show you Kaminari really quickly and why they work so well together. So on his auto skill 1, increases plus ultra gauge of all allies by 30% every 3 turns up to 2 times, decreases power of all opponents by 15% for 3 turns every 3 turns, and this part doesn't really affect Mirko, but it does affect the other 2. Increases critical hit rate of all ally UA high class 1A characters by 20%. After character initiates critical attack 7 times, decreases character's cooldown time by 1 up to 1 time, so having more crit is good, right? And then the auto skill 2, here's where it gets interesting. When used in character's successfully executed skill chain, increases character's critical hit rate by 15% for 2 turns and restores their damage taken by 20% for 1 turn. So he does the same thing as Mirko. And then also increases critical hit rate of all allies by 25% for 3 turns after receiving 3 attacks from opponents with power down, right? So that makes, I think, the amount of crit that is on this team while also having decent speed, while also having skill interruption, while also having healing, and also having decent damage, I feel like there is a lot of utility to this team that makes this team very, very viable and very good. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to take on like top tier teams in this league that I'm in to showcase to you guys, but I'll try to find the hardest teams that I can. We'll start it off kind of easy. We're going to take on Mr. Fan here, and I'll show you guys just how good this team can be. We do have a little dialogue we don't get to see too often. Finally came to play League. I'm going to kick you into the next dimension. What a pain. Always at the exact wrong time. Okay, so we are going to go after Fajin first, obviously, or full 100% Deku, because he is a pain in the butt. We're going to boost Mirko because she's type advantaged against him. We're going to go for the AoE Paralyze, and then we are going to go for the Lunar Ring. Remember, Lunar Ring gives her the ability to evade, but I also get evasion from just using Dulce Summertime, so yeah, it is what it is. But here we go. And we are faster. That may not always be the case, so just keep that in mind. We didn't paralyze anybody either. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Actually, we probably didn't really need to use the crit on Mirko because she has that 50% crit rate. We probably would have been better off using it on Kaminari, but that's fine. All right, now we'll go like this. This should kill right here. Oh, no, but we missed. Oh, no. I think we might still kill with the autos, but... Oh, no, Mirio's drawing aggro. Oh, that's so annoying, man. Okay. Well, we'll use all of our plus ultras. I'm going to slow it down so we can watch the plus ultra animation for Mirko right here. They don't have any plus ultras, so that's good for us. 77,000. He's dead. Okay, now we should be able to kill full 100% Deku. We'll watch Kaminari's plus ultra as well, because why not? I actually like this one. It's a pretty nice animation. Goodbye twice. Oh, he actually didn't die. He's pretty dang close, though. And he is paralyzed. Here we go. Mirko's animation. Let's go. Mommy Mirko. Let's go. I love it. I love it. It looks so good. And dead. There we go. Pretty good damage, too. 48,000. But you can see how that's not like the most damage, okay? So this is kind of what I was talking about. Like, while her skill impact can stack up, right? And technically she'll get stronger as the battle goes. That was turn 3. We've already killed 2 of their characters at turn 3. We're probably not making it to turn 9 to actually see her get like super strong, right? Whereas other characters in the game start out on turn 3 hitting 99k. Mirko cannot hit that 99k easily. On turn 3. We could put some memories on her that would give her the power and ability to do so, but that would take away from our other memories that we need on her here in PvP. So, yeah, it's kind of rough. Alright, Dabi is dead. Nice. And I said we were going to take on a little bit easier team, but honestly, this team just makes it look too easy. This combination of characters, like, this would be a little bit harder if I didn't have these characters, honestly. The characters are just insane. We have damage taken restore on Kaminari, damage taken restore on Mirko. We have Yayurozu healing. We're giving last stands to them. We have an AoE paralyzed with Kaminari. We have the ability to ignore defense with Mirko because she has that extra skill impact against characters drawing aggro. So it's a lot. It's a lot on this team. There's so much utility. It's actually insane how much utility this team has. Okay, let's take a look at the battle log here, see the damage. So you can see the damage there. We didn't even get to see very much from Mirko. She actually underperformed in damage compared to Yayurozu. So there's your example of, you know, once again, just the fact that at a lower level without having her fully level 130, I don't think she's going to be your biggest damage dealer. Now, with that said, let me see if I can find a somewhat stronger team. Maybe we can find like a 500,000 team would be the goal. Yeah, there's one. It may not be the best characters, but it is a 500,000 team. So 523,000 battle power right here. We can take on this team. Hopefully they will have a little bit more survivability and give us a chance to really test our characters here. And then after this, we'll do at least one more match. But I feel like we're still going to just absolutely destroy and dominate this team, but who knows? I could be surprised. So we'll go like this. I hope my already has his plus ultra. That actually messes them up a lot, him already having his plus ultra, because that makes them automatically slower and messes up their skill chains. We did paralyze Sue, so that's good. We had the evasion for the plus ultra, so he didn't even hurt us. Alright, and we'll go like this. Ooh, she's almost dead. Okay, and now she's dead. Beautiful. And we have evasion on everybody, so we'll be fine right here. We evaded that. Oh, it's a yellow Bakugo too, man. Such an old character. Okay. Interesting characters they have on their team. We'll go ahead and use all these plus ultras here. We should definitely end up killing at least 1 or 2 of them here. Yeah, 59,000. 21,000. Let's see how much Mirko does. She might do more than Kaminari this plus ultra, actually. Did she do? I totally missed the number there. I totally missed the number. I'd have to watch the playback. Okay. Let's go like this. AoE. Beautiful. Bakugo is dead. Look, our team doesn't, like, we don't take damage. We're over healing. Like, it's nuts. It's actually insane. 30,000, okay, on Luna Fall, nice. And I do want to take a look at the stats really quickly because we're going to end up ending the battle here. If we look through here, we should see skill impact up. Yeah, skill impact up by 39%, so she has pretty good skill impact up. She also has penetrate, deals damage while ignoring critical hit rate down caused by critical resistance up, right? So even if they have critical resistance up, it doesn't matter. We're going to be able to get the full damage from our crit, which is interesting, right? Okay, and then if we scroll down more, let's see what else we have. We have dealt damage restore. Characters' HP is restored by 40% of damage dealt. Critical hit rate up by 50% permanently right there. Plus ultra effect up by 40% right now. Critical hit impact up. This is what you get from the plus ultra. Increases character skill impact by 10% when landing a critical hit. Once again, it'll become more powerful and stack with this next plus ultra, but we're already done with the battle by that point, so there's really no good way to show you guys that. And then all this other stuff that she has. Stats, element nullification stuff. Some of these are temporary buffs like from Yayorozu, but yeah. More critical hit rate up right there, 20%, so she's at 70% critical hit rate up. More HP restore, last stand, more critical hit rate up down there, so another 20%, so she's at 90% critical hit rate, right? Like, it's insane. There's so much to this team. So speed, crits, get rid of tanks, they do paralyze, they just, it's so much. I can't even name it all off. Healing, like, it's just everything. And then boom, there we go. Easy peasy. I don't know if I can find a harder team than that down here in these leagues. I'll have to look, but I want to take a look at Mirko's damage in that match. I feel like maybe she did a little bit better damage wise, but it's so hard to tell. Oh man, battle log details. Okay. 77,000. Like, she's not looking great damage wise, right? But like, I'm telling you, the utility is there. The crit utility is there. The crit utility is very nice, and it helps, you know, having everything that she has. So I don't know, she looks okay in my opinion. I don't think she's like super broken. I think this is probably the best we're gonna get right here. This is actually a somewhat, I'm not gonna say meta team, but they have some meta characters on here, being Compressed and Yayorozu. I don't know, does Celebration or Araka and Nijiri still count as meta? I feel like Nijiri not so much, maybe Celebration or Araka, but anyways, you guys get the point. Let's go ahead, and this will be our final match. We'll try this out. We'll see how we do against this team. This team has the bind and stuff like that. If they're faster than us, it might be an issue. We'll just have to see. Maybe they'll mess up our skill chains. I don't know. I don't know what to expect here. They do have the stun as well. The stun can be very annoying. We are going first, so maybe it won't be an issue. I don't know. We'll see. We did not paralyze them, but you can bet they're going to bind or stun us, so. We evaded the stun. Let's see if we get bound. And Kaminari did get bound. Oh, that's unfortunate. Their Compress is probably going to hide. Let's see how much damage. Ooh, we're not even going to get the chance. Okay. Well, I guess we'll get to see just how well this team does when we are interrupted, at least. That is one disadvantage to this team that I did not point out, actually, is that teams that have speed, like Uraraka has speed, Compressed has speed down on the enemy, teams that have speed do kind of have a little bit of an overwhelming advantage against a team like this. Let's go like this. I think this will work, okay? Nice. The paralysis is big, so we don't get bound again. That's actually so important. And Compress is almost dead. That's fine. Hit us with that. I think we all survived, but 2-turn stun again? Are you serious? Oh my gosh, now Compresses. We just got super unlucky with the RNG, man. Are you freaking kidding me? That is so booty cheeks. Okay. Well, now we'll really get to see what Mirko can do, I guess. Man. Alright, it is what it is. We go like, I guess we go like this. Defense down. No, we need to get rid of, we're gonna have to get rid of his evasion. We need to hope that Mirko kills here, but she probably won't. Okay, she actually did. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, and we got evasion from Dulce Summertime, so that's good. So we were able to avoid Uraraka's hit. And as you can see, actually, Mirko is back to full health, and Mirko did lose quite a bit of health there, so her healing is damn impressive, I will say that. While she may not be doing the most damage, she does have pretty good sustain. And that's actually what you would want on a stacking character. Once again, the problem is we just don't have content in the game where stacking matters. That's all we need. We need content in the game where stacking matters, and then this Mirko is like, you know, S tier for that. Okay. I think we get rid of Najire if we can, because her evasion is just... This whole team is AIDS, man. Full healer teams is just absolutely annoying. But it's okay. It is what it is. We're gonna miss because we don't have Bullseye. Alright, Aizawa, let's not die. Okay, yep, good. Good stuff. Okay. Good, Najiri's dead. That's what we needed to see. Now we have to go after Uraraka. I do believe that would be the best move. No, maybe him for the healing. Wait, are we still able to heal? Have we healed 5 times? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll try this. If we don't die first. Okay, we're still alive for right now. All right, she did get a little bit of healing there. That's good. All right, that worked out better than I thought it would. Now we're gonna go like this. Last stand, max HP up. 36,000, not terrible. All right, we got a good chance at this still. Let's see where Mirko's at on health. Almost back up to full. Jeez. See, I'm telling you, the healing is nuts. All right, we'll go like this. Remove buffs, defense down. Come on. Come on. Oh, it was so close to killing. No, we just need a little bit more damage, man, and she would have been dead. Oh, that sucks. The drawing and dropping of aggro by Aizawa is kind of clutch right now, actually. Mirko should kill. Let's go. And she has the evasion for that. That's so sexy. The evasion was actually big off that one move. Evasion off an action skill, actually, I kind of underrated it. It's actually good. Getting evasion every time you use that action skill, and it has a 3-turn cooldown on the action skill, you are going to have that evasion up so often. It's actually pretty good. 52,000. Now we're hitting the big damage. Okay. Nice, 52,000 on an action skill. Well, we're definitely going to see Mirko's damage this time, and it will have improved compared to the previous matches. So kind of a good thing I let Kaminari die, because Kaminari was a little bit of a crutch, kind of, but like I feel like the team still just works so well together. That's why I wanted to show it to you guys. But yeah, battle log. 281,000. Now she's looking good, right? 200,000 from Aizawa though, and 194,000 from Yayorozu. So still a team effort. Can't say it was all Mirko, but I feel like Mirko's sustain is absolutely insane. But yeah, overall, my opinion, at level 100, she's a little bit of a pass, to be completely honest. But if you're going to, you know, wail on her and try to get her to 130, I think she could be a very strong character for you. At this point in time, being that Ultra Arena is the main form of content, I don't really think she's worth it. But if you guys want to potentially prepare for the future and potential content in the future where stacking matters, or a VE tower returning, she could be a very good investment. So that's kind of my opinion of her. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, and hitting that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.